I'm about to give you some of the most brutal relationship advice that your father never taught you. And it wasn't even his fault because my father didn't teach me either. And it all comes down to the reality of finding a partner for you in the modern day and age. You see, the old method of how our parents found love, of how our parents found relationships was completely different to now. Back in the day, they used to have things like going to church, like going to school, and like going to little, campsites and campfires and fun little outings with friends. And that's how they were able to meet their partners. And you often hear stories of high school sweethearts and, kids growing up and they found love and they're their first everything. And you can even see here from a chart that I saw the other day, 1991, how couples were meeting was predominantly through friends, co-workers, bars and restaurants, basically all things that were in person and that were social. And our parents have probably just told us that, this is going to happen for us, that we just need to get out and about and meet more people, and things will just fall in our laps. Unfortunately, what you're going to hear from your parents and what you're going to hear from your father of to just be a good man and to just, exist and work hard, it's not going to cut it anymore, because the guy that works hard, the guy that just goes to a job and, does his day-to-day tasks and expects for a girl to just fall into his lap and he's going to meet some girl organically, it's like a 1% chance, bro. It is so rare, and chances are, if you're an average guy, if you're at a shit position and you're not incredibly attractive right now, then it's not going to happen for you unless you do what I tell you. The world is highly digitalized and every opportunity is now available online. It's no longer a case of going down the street and meeting a girl and being attractive to her and then she takes you as hers. No. Nowadays, any single girl can get onto their phone and they can receive messages like this. Any girl you want can be directly contacted by guys at this level. Girls are getting random direct messages from dudes who are rich, jacked, handsome, charismatic, every positive aspect that a girl could ever want. Why would they want you? And you can see here that compared to the 1991 graph I showed, in 2024, 60% of people are meeting online. If you open any single girl's phone, they will have 99 plus likes on Tinder. Most girls can make a Tinder account today, and in 2 hours they can receive hundreds, if not thousands of likes from potential matches, potential guys who look like this. There are motherfuckers DMing your girl, the girl that you want, who look like this. So how the fuck can you compete when, as an average guy, as a loser, you get on a dating app thinking to find the same success and you realize that you get one match per week, one like per week. You're literally over 100 times less likely to find a partner than a girl in the modern day and age, when back in your father's day, the advice that he would have given you was to just be social and be out and go and get girls that way. But reality of it is, the market has moved online. And it makes it so brutal for any average guy, because now the average guy is simply just not getting a chance at all. And that's because the importance of lookism, basically the prejudice or discrimination on the grounds of a person's appearance, is so much more prevalent than it used to be. In our father's day, there would have been ugly motherfuckers with hella attractive girls, and they simply met because they were close geographically. They were the only options they had for each other. But now, everything is online. Girls can get access to every echelon of guy, the best guys possible. So what your father might have taught you, which would be to, just do some stuff and settle down and wait for the right girl to come, that is absolutely unacceptable. You cannot afford to stay and sit around and just live your life and be a happy dude and think that you're going to find love, think that you're going to find attraction in a partner. Staying like this, like how I was unacceptable, because you can't get away with just being an average guy anymore. So if lookism is so important nowadays, what is the solution that we need to take? What is the thing that we can do right now to start leveraging the new age of dating, the new age of attraction, the new age of actually being seen and actually being wanted for once? It's to build a physique. Building a physique, an attractive aesthetic, female gaze physique specifically, is the biggest lever you can pull. And it's when I did this myself that I started getting the attraction that I wanted. And I guarantee you, if I followed the typical parental advice of just, waiting for someone and meeting someone organically and just going about your life without trying to improve yourself, I guarantee you I would not have gotten the success that I'm getting currently. So I'm pleading to you right now that you need to build a physique, and the specific type of physique you need to build is the female gaze physique. If you want to learn how to do that, then you can check the link in the description where I teach everyday average underdog guys who are complete losers to not fall for this mistake and to actually build their physique and change their life forever. Chances are guys are going to watch this, hear that they have to build a physique, and then they're going to think a few things, right? You've probably heard the concept of sinking or swimming, but I want to go deeper than that because it's more about sinking, swimming, and swimming the fastest. Because doing nothing, if you watch this video and you do nothing about it, you're still going to become a loser and you're just going to sink. You're going to fall behind the curve and get no attention, no success, and become porn addicted and lonely forever. And that's honestly the truth. Your father will tell you that this isn't true. Your father will tell you that there's a girl out there somewhere for you. But unless you want a fat, completely ugly chick that you would not even fucking get hard for, then that is not the option for you, right? So the next option is to improve yourself. It's to swim. It's to start making progress, okay? Working to improve yourself by swimming and getting to a position of being decent, right? That's what most guys will do. Most guys will hear this and they might start the gym and they might become decent, but they're not going to become standout. And stopping there means you will still sink, because even though you're going forward, the competition is unfortunately getting bigger and more competitive every single day. So if you're not swimming the fastest or swimming faster every single time and trying to stand out more and more each and every day, then you're still going to lose. Because relatively, if the competition is always moving ahead and you're only slightly going forward or you're staying in the same position, then you're still relatively behind everyone over time. So the only way is to swim, and it's to swim faster than everybody else, because the standards, like I said, will continue to rise. And the way you swim faster is by standing out and making constant improvement to your life. And this is not just through building the physique. By the way, you need to build a female gaze physique, not a bodybuilder physique, not a stupid strongman physique. That's not the way you're going to gain success in attraction, which is what you wanted in the first place if you're a loser who is always lonely, right? You need to build the female gaze physique, but you also need to develop other aspects of becoming well-rounded as a guy. I cannot stress this enough. Too many guys think that just because they build the physique, that's swimming. No, you have to swim the fastest. You have to be well-rounded, charismatic, social, and attractive, and emphasize and utilize and leverage lookism and becoming attractive. Again, the biggest way to do this is by building a physique, but there are so many other soft skills you need to level up. I hope this has given you a wake-up call, because most guys are still following the outdated advice and the outdated expectations of dating. And what that means for them is that they might be lonely forever. If you want to learn how to become a fully well-rounded guy, you can check the video above here. That being said, remember that progress is purpose, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.